you guys look like this, you guys can grab it. It's your arm right here. So the first term we have is the humerus. The head of the humerus is going to be this full projection. So if I was quizzing you guys, I would just go like this. And this would be the head of the humerus. Next we have the anatomical neck of the humerus, and that is going to be this line right here. This is the head, and this is the anatomical neck of the humerus. Next we have the surgical neck. The surgical neck is going to be right here. And then next we have the greater tubercle, and that is going to be this projection right here. I see it comes out. Greater tubercle. I'm actually gonna take that back, my bad. This is the lesser tubercle, and this is the greater tubercle. So the greater is this projection right here. The lesser is the small one. So lesser tubercle, greater tubercle. Next we have the intertubercular groove, and that is going to be in between the greater and the lesser tubercle. So this line right here. Intertubercular groove of the humerus. Next we have the deltoid tuberosity, and the deltoid tuberosity is going to be this this area right here. Let's say deltoid tuberosity. Next we have the trochlea of the humerus, and that's going to be down here. So the trochlea is this right here. And then the capitulum is going to be this projection right here. And then the lateral epicondyle, we're just going to flip it, and this is going to be the lateral epicondyle to the side. It's right here, lateral epicondyle. The medial epicondyle is going to be this right here, this bigger one. Medial epicondyle of the humerus. Next we have the coronoid fossa. In the coronoid fossa, there's a little fossa right here. This is the coronoid fossa. Next we have the radial fossa, and the radial fossa is going to be on the side, next to the capitulum, right here. Radial fossa. So once again, the coronoid fossa is in the middle, and then on the side right here, you have the radial fossa. And if we flip it around, we have the olecranian fossa, and that is going to be this fossa right here. Olecranian fossa. So once again, the middle right here is the coronoid fossa, the side is the radial fossa. If you flip it around, the olecranian fossa is on the back. So next we have, actually, does anybody have any questions on humerus? No? Okay. So next we have the ulna. So the ulna connects, so do you guys remember like the trochlea area? It's right here, right? The ulna, the trochlear notch, which is this, connects right here, and that forms your arm. So you guys you can see I have my humerus, the top bone, and then the ulna is connecting down here. That's how it would look. So once again, the trochlear notch is going to be this notch right here that connects to the trochlea of the humerus down here. Trochlear notch. Next, we have the olecranon process. And the olecranon process is going to be this top area. Olecranon process. And then your coronoid process is going to be this bottom one right here. This process right here. Olecranon process. Or I'm so sorry. Coronoid process is the bottom, olecranon is the top. So coronoid process is at the bottom, olecranon is at the top. Yeah.
How do you know which side you're looking at specifically? Like, how do I know if it's left or right?
We'll go over that in a second.
Alright.
Next, we have the ulnar tuberosity. And the ulnar tuberosity is going to be this projection right here. And then if we flip it right here, the radial notch is going to be this right here. And then the interosseous border. So I'm just going to show you guys. So with your ulna, you have this bone as well, right? In your arm. The interosseous border. So I'm trying to get it right. It's going to be this border on the inside. Let's say. So if you guys get like a test question or a quiz question, and there's a line right here where I'm pointing to this, I'm asking for the interosseous border. The styloid process of the ulna is going to be this projection down here. Points out, a small one. The head of the ulna is going to be this. So how we're going to decide these is, this would be the right ulna, and you could look at that just due to the radial notch. You just look at the radial notch, and so this one's right. Does anybody have a left? That's yours. I'm just gonna show you guys my notes. Let's take a photo of this. So I'm gonna go around the class with you. Did everybody take a photo? Okay. Well, actually, let me take a photo here. Okay. So the pink writing says radial notch faces lateral, and then the blue writing, I said the trochlear notch is anterior, so and superior. So that's just a good way to help decide that. Next, we're going to do the radius. So the head of the radius is going to be this. And then the radial tuberosity is going to be this projection that points out right here. And then the neck of the radius is going to be below the head right here, all the way around, neck of the radius. So the interosseous border of the radius is going to be this line. So wherever you see the radial tuberosity, it's pointing this way, you know that the interosseous border is on the same line as the radial tuberosity, so interosseous border. The styloid process is going to be this projection right here, pointing out, styloid process of the radius. Styloid process. And then the ulnar notch of the radius is going to be right here. Ulnar notch. So it's going to be like from here to here. This is a better way to look at it, the ulnar notch. And then how to side the radius. I'm just going to show you guys another photo. You just take a photo of this. Everybody get a photo? It's kind of hard to see, but I'll read what the word said. So the smoother side is the anterior side. That's what the green lettering is. And then the pink lettering says the head is superior and the radial tuberosity is medial. So the radial tuberosity, meaning it's medial, is, you see, okay. The radial tuberosity is right here, right? So you know this is the medial side, and then the head's always going to be superior. And then when it says the smoother side is the anterior side, that is this portion right here. So that was me. So next we're going to be doing the ocular bones. So first we have the scaphoid. The scaphoid is going to be this bone right here. Scaphoid. Scaphoid bone. Next we have the lunate bone, and the lunate bone is going to be this bone right here. And then we have the triquetrum, and the triquetrum is going to be this bone right here. Could you guys turn on one of the lights? And then next we have the pisiform, and the pisiform is going to be this bone right here, this projection. Pisiform. That's good. Next we have the trapezium, and the trapezium is going to be this bone right here. Trapezium. Next is the trapezoid, and the trapezoid bone is going to be right here. Next we have the capitate bone, and that is going to be in the middle, right here. And then next we have the hamate bone, and that is going to be this bone right here. Hamate bone. Does anybody want me to go over these bones again? One more time. The lunate, yeah. The lunate bone is right here. Yeah. Anybody else? Okay. So next we have the metacarpal bones, and the metacarpal bones are just basically like your palm. It's gonna be these bones, metacarpal. And then next we have the proximal phalanges, and the proximal phalanges are going to be these, 1 through 5. This one, this one, this one. And then next we have the middle phalanges, and that's going to start right here, 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5. Once again, middle phalanges, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have the distal phalanges, and the distal phalanges are going to be these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is the hand. Does anybody have any questions? Yeah.
On a quiz or exam, did it say like phalange number 1 or?
If I point to, let's say, distal phalange number 5, and I just point to this, you guys are going to say distal phalange 5 of the carpal bones. Now if I just do this, if I point to each one of them, I'm just asking for the distal phalanges, but you guys still have to put 1 through 5 to receive full credit of the carpal bones too.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
So we have to put carpal bones because on our guide it doesn't look indented. Or is it supposed to like stick out?
In the past, I think actually, no, you guys could just say scaphoid. No, yeah, if I'm asking for like one of these things, like any of these, you guys can just say them singular. You guys don't have to add the carpal bones, it's not indented.
And it's the same with the phalanges one, right?
Yeah. Okay. So now we're gonna go over the hip bone, or the coxal bone, either one is fine. So just follow my outline. So the ilium is gonna start right here and go all the way around to this, this. This is the ilium. Next we have the pubis. And the pubis is going to be, are you guys good? Everyone good? Okay, just making sure. The pubis is going to be this. It's kind of weird outline. And then the ischium is going to be this. And then the acetabellum is going to be this big hole right here. And then the acetabellar notch is going to be right here. So if I'm just doing this, you guys will know I'm asking for the acetabellar notch. For the pubic symphysis, this would be more of a practical question, but this right here, that's all to see. This is the pubic symphysis. the obturator foramen is going to be this hole right here. Either side. So now. Walk around real quick. Alright. So the arcuate line, follow my pointer, is going to be this line right here. Arcuate line. And then next we have the anterior superior iliac spine, and that is going to be this right here. Anterior superior iliac spine. And then next we have the anterior inferior iliac spine, and that is going to be this right here. Anterior inferior iliac spine is right here. And then the posterior superior iliac spine is going to be this right here. And then the posterior inferior iliac spine is going to be right here. Once again, posterior inferior iliac spine, and then posterior superior iliac spine. And then the auricular surface is going to be right here. Articular, oh my god, auricular surface. And then next we have the, I'm kind of going out of order from your guys' paper, but just bear with me. Next we have the lesser sciatic notch, and that is going to be right here. A line right here. And then we have the ischial spine, and that is going to be this right here. Ischial spine. And then the greater sciatic notch is going to be this right here. Greater sciatic notch. So, I'm gonna go back. This is the articular surface, and this right here is the auricular surface. Auricular surface, this right here. And articular surface is right here. The iliac tuberosity is going to be this right here. Iliac tuberosity. The iliac crest is just going to be like this. Like I'm just going to go like that. If I go like this, you guys know I'm asking for the iliac crest. Just to the top. Iliac crest. The iliac fossa is going to be this whole thing. So next we have the, I'm going to go over the obturator crest, and that is going to be right here. projection right here is going to be the pubic tubercle. And then the pubic crest is going to be right below it, and it's going to be this line right here. So if I'm asking for this area right here, it's kind of hard to see, but if I go like this and draw a line, an imaginary line, I'm asking for the pubic crest. And then once again, the arcuate line is going to be this line right here. And then the pectineal line is going to be this line down. Going down. So this is a left hip bone. This is a right hip bone. The iliac crest is going to be superior. The pubis, which is located down here in this vicinity, this is going to be anterior. So it's going to be just like looking at it like this. And then the acetabellum would be lateral. If you're in like that too. So a good way that helps me distinguish what's like left and right is you guys can just grab, like everyone just try to, if you have one, just grab one. And you know if it's left, you can hold it in this hand and right. Like, does that make sense? Like vice versa? So show you guys. Hold it like this, left, right. Hold it like this, left, right. Try to hold it from the notch area. So left, right. Just gonna walk with. Left, right. Left, right. Left, right. Left, right. Left, right. Just trying to show you guys. If you guys have more questions when we're all done with the lecture, I can go over like the sighting stuff. If you guys want to go over that more, I'm just saying. Sighting can be a little tricky, but it's not the end of the world. It's not that bad. Alright, we're gonna move on to the femur. So the femur looks like this. This is the leg. This is your leg, guys. Leg bone and femur. Okay. The first term is the head of the femur. The head of the femur is going to be this whole ball projection. Head of the femur. The neck of the femur is going to be the neck right here, all the way around. Neck of the femur. The greater trochanter of the femur is going to be this right here. The lesser trochanter is going to be this projection right here. And the trochanteric fossa is going to be this fossa right here. It's like an indentation if you guys feel it, feel the bone. Trochanteric fossa. And then the intertrochanteric crest is going to be basically this, like a line from here to here. Intertrochanteric crest. And then you flip it around, and the intertrochanteric line is going to be just this right here. So if I was asking you guys for the neck of the femur, I'm not gonna try to trick you guys and ask you back here. I'm just gonna be straight up and be like, "What's this?" And you guys know that's the neck. But if I flipped it around and I started making a line right here, I would be asking for the intertrochanteric line of the femur. That's where this is at. The gluteal tuberosity is going to be this right here. Gluteal tuberosity. And then the pectineal line, it's like you can't really see it on like the actual like these models, but on a real bone you'd be able to see it. But it would be basically like a line right here. If I was doing this, you guys would know I'm asking for the pectineal line. Next we have the linea aspera, and the linea aspera is going to be this line from here just down. Linea aspera. If you guys feel the femur, you guys can like feel like this part right here. That's what the linea aspera is. You can kind of feel it. The popliteal surface of the femur is going to be this. So next we have the lateral condyle of the femur, and that is going to be this right here. Lateral condyle. The medial condyle is going to be this one right here. The lateral condyle has this little projection you can see too. This is the lateral epicondyle though, right here. Lateral epicondyle. And then the medial epicondyle is going to be this little projection on this side. And then on this little side right here, you can see like this projection going down. This is going to be the adductor tubercle. Adductor tubercle. The adductor tubercle is going to be right here. And then the antecondylar fossa is going to be this fossa down here. And then you flip it around, and the patellar surface is going to be this right here. I'm just gonna give you guys a photo of how to side it. Everybody get a photo? So next we have the patella. This is essentially your kneecap. You guys don't know patella. So first we have, there's going to be three, you could say three like segments of this. So the first segment is going to be this right here. It's going to be this right here, and this is going to be the quadriceps tendon attachment. And why it's called quadriceps tendon attachment is basically on your kneecap, you guys have tendons, right? You guys have tendons, right? And then they go over, and the tendons attach to the top, and then when you move it, like moves around with that. Next we have the vascular caniculi, and these are gonna be like on a real patella. It's just gonna be like these little striations, like these lines. Can't even see it. Okay, you guys like see these like little lines throughout it, right? That's what the vascular caniculi would be on like a real patella, but like if I'm asking you guys what the vascular caniculi would be, I would just be doing this. Oops. I would just be making a circle in the middle. That's how you guys would distinguish it. If I had a real patella to show you guys, I would show you guys what it looks like, but we don't have one. Patellar ligament attachment is going to be this bottom part right here. Patellar ligament attachment. And then we're going to flip it around, and the lateral articular surface is going to be. Zach, could you? Unless one of those blinds to get it out. This is going to be the lateral articular surface on this side. And then the medial articular surface is going to be on this side. So we can just cut this in half, right? Lateral is on this side, and medial is going to be on the more pointy side. There's like a pointy projection right here. So medial articular surface, and then lateral articular surface. Does anybody have any questions about the patella? Okay, so this is your tibia, guys. Everyone, grab the tibia. So, first. This is going to be the medial condyle of the tibia. This is going to be the lateral condyle of the tibia. Lateral condyle of the tibia, and then the medial condyle of the tibia. And then in the middle is going to be the antecondylar eminence. And that is going to be this right here. And then this right here is going to be the tibial tuberosity, this ball-like projection. Tibial tuberosity of the tibia. So I'm going to go a little bit out of order, but the soleal line is going to be this line right here. It's one of those lines again you can't really see, but it kind of runs across like this. So if I was doing a line like this, you guys would know I'm asking for the soleal line, or if you guys were taking a practical and there was just a piece of tape that was going like this, just know it's the soleal line. So the interosseous border of the tibia is going to be this line going down. So once again, if you guys are taking a practical and you guys just see like there's just a piece of tape that has a line like this, I'm asking for the interosseous border of the tibia, you know? And make sure it looks like this too, like it's like in this projection this way, you know? I mean, I could flip it around and ask like this. It's the same thing, interosseous border, but I think I'll flip it around, have it like that for you guys. Yeah.
Is it on the medial side?
Yeah, I mean, technically, yeah, it would be it. The anterior border is going to be this line going down. So don't get the anterior border and the interosseous border like confused. The interosseous border is going to be asking like on more the inside line, while the anterior is going to be on the like right here. The medial malleus is going to be this right here. And then the fibular notch is going to be this right here. If you're looking at it from this angle, this line going down. Just, this is the line. Fibular notch. And then once again, how to side the tibia. If you guys a photo. Just take a photo real quick. So everybody have a photo? So we have the fibula now, and the first part we have, or first term, is the head, and the head is going to be this, head of the fibula. The interosseous border of the fibula, would be this line right here. And then the malleolar fossa is going to be this fossa right here. And then the lateral malleus is going to be this right here. And then how to side the fibula. Everybody have a photo? Okay, cool. Alright, so now we are going to do the foot, dorsal bones. So first we have the talus of the tarsal bones, and that is going to be this right here. Next we have the calcaneus, and the calcaneus is going to be this. Calcaneus. Next we have the navicular tarsal bone, and that is going to be this right here. cuboid is going to be right here. And then the medial cuneiform is going to be right here. And then the intermediate cuneiform is going to be right here. And then the lateral cuneiform is going to be right here. So once again, medial cuneiform, intermediate cuneiform, and lateral cuneiform. And then the metatarsal bones 1 through 5 are going to be all of these. Metatarsal bones 1 through 5. The proximal phalanges are going to be these. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And then the middle phalanges are going to start at 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the distal phalanges are going to be all these. Distal phalanges 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does anybody have any questions? No? Okay. That is the lecture portion for today, guys. I'm not going to keep you guys in here for too long. So do check out if you guys have any